What is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and now I'm coming back with another video, so y'all already know what's going on. Alright, y'all. Now, I got something I want to talk about real quick. Now, I'm not going to make this video too long, but this video will be very similar to a video I did last December 2023. It was either the end of November or beginning of December. That video involved a football player by the name of DJ Hayden that died in a car crash. But I'm going to remind y'all of that once we get into the story that has just come out today from the NFL, right? Now, here on the screen is a guy by the name of Khyree Jackson. He was just drafted into the NFL, meaning he didn't get to play a down in the NFL. He just got drafted a few months ago. He was going to be a rookie this year. He's a very good football player. He played for the University of Alabama. He played for the University of Oregon, where he ended his college career to get drafted into the NFL by the Minnesota Vikings, right? Now, y'all know I like to cover these things as well. You know, I grew up a football fan. I grew up playing football. Even went to school to play football as well. So anytime this stuff comes out, I always like to cover it, even though I know, you know, the things that go on across the entertainment industry as a whole, right? So check this out, y'all. And I want to get y'all opinion, you know, on what y'all think about this. Now, the video we did before that is basically, you know, the same stuff we're about to get to, you know, basically the same stuff we're about to talk about now. You're going to see the pattern on how a lot of these football players end up dying in car crashes or something that has to do with, you know, a crash, an accident or something. And it's now becoming a pattern almost, and it's getting very, very suspicious, right? So unfortunately, it says Vikings rookie Khyree Jackson killed in Maryland car crash that claimed the lives of 2 others. Now, this part is very eerie, and it even kind of freaked me out when I read it, and then I went back to the old article of DJ Hayden because something caught my mind. Now, we'll go ahead and read the story real quick, right? Mind you, this just happened overnight, this morning, basically. Minnesota Vikings rookie cornerback Khyree Jackson was among 3 people killed after another vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed hit the car he was in. Police in Maryland said he was only 24 years old. 3 people were killed, and he was 24. There's a lot of numerology in this death. He died on July 6th. His age equals 6, and there were 3 people that were killed. The crash also occurred just before 3:15 a.m., as we know to be the witching hour, Saturday in Prince George's County, and involved a total of 3 vehicles. Just in his first 2 paragraphs alone, y'all. 3 people killed on July 6th at 3 o'clock. He was 24, and it involved 3 vehicles. This is almost, I don't know. You know, sometimes I hate to be the one that, like, seems, you know, like I'm not showing any sympathy toward people losing their lives, but that's not the case, you know. I think, you know, God knows in my heart, I'm not, you know, jumping on here to talk about stuff, you know, just to get some attention or whatever. But y'all know how this stuff goes. Once you start noticing patterns, it's hard to not see it anymore. It's hard to just be like, oh my God, you know, I'm so sad. This is terrible. You know, although it is, because people are losing their lives, but I'm thinking there's a lot more, you know, there's a lot more stuff that's going on behind the scene. It is a lot more sinister than we may know. Says, Khyree Jackson was in the front passenger seat of a maroon Dodge Charger and was traveling with 2 others identified as Isaiah Hazel, 23, and Anthony Lytton, 24. Hazel, the driver, and Jackson died at the scene, and the other guy was taken to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Says the crash occurred after a silver Infiniti traveling northbound on Route 4 attempted to change lanes. Police said the driver, identified as Corey Klingman, was driving at a high rate of speed and struck the Charger before hitting a Chevrolet Impala. The force of the crash caused the Charger to travel off the road and hit multiple tree stumps before coming to a stop. Klingman, 23, and 2 other passengers in the Infiniti were not injured. The driver of the Impala was also uninjured and refused medical treatment at the scene. Now, it's said that alcohol was believed to be a cause of the accident, but they're not saying that it was from the NFL players. They're not saying that the NFL player was drunk or anything. They're saying that maybe the Infiniti driver who caused the accident. So this possibly could have been a thing where they were racing, or, they were playing cat and mouse on the highway late at night. Who knows, right? Now, here is where it gets a little eerie, and it relates back to DJ Hayden, who was 33 when he died in a car crash in Houston. So, it says, the deceased are identified as 23-year-old Isaiah Hazel of Upper Marlboro, 24-year-old Khyree Jackson, who's the NFL player, of Waldorf, and 24-year-old Anthony Litton Jr. of Upper Marlboro. So obviously, these were his 2 friends. It says the 3 were also alumni of Wise Junior High School in Prince George's County in Maryland. He died with 2 of his high school friends. So we can safely assume that these were 2 of his best friends growing up. And all 3 of them died in the accident, y'all. Now, what makes this very eerie is this. Check this out. Former NFL player DJ Hayden was among 6 killed in a Houston car crash. Former NFL player DJ Hayden and 2 of his former college teammates died in a 2-car crash that police said killed 6 people after a driver sped through a red light at a downtown Houston intersection early Saturday morning. Check it out. The Houston Chronicle reported that Hayden, a first-round draft pick by the Raiders in 2013, and his former University of Houston teammates, Zachary McMillian and Ralph Orgu, were among those killed in a crash. The crash happened at around 2 a.m. after a black Chrysler sedan that appeared to be going very fast through a red light collided into a black Acura. Including the former athletes, 5 males and 1 female died in the crash. Of those killed, 4 people died at the scene. 4 others were taken to a hospital where 2 of them later died. And now think about this, y'all. This happened around the same time of night, right around that witching hour time at 2 a.m. The guy DJ Hayden also died with 2 of his former teammates, y'all. What is the coincidence in this right here? There is none. It's impossible. That's why I said this is seeming a little bit orchestrated. These are seeming like sacrifices from the NFL. How does this happen? Twice within this just happened, y'all. This just happened in November of 2023. Now we're in early July 2024. It's barely been, 8 months? And this guy, Khyree Jackson, dies the same way with 2 of his former teammates. They all died. And there's so much numerology around his death, even with this guy. He died at 33 years old. 6 people in total were killed. Think about that. Now, I don't know what is going on, y'all, in the NFL with these car crashes, these blatant sacrifices. Obviously, I think amongst young people, one of the leading causes of death is car accidents. But some of this stuff just can't be ignored, that it's a lot more sinister than just something, of a natural cause, like a natural accident where people die. I think in the U.S., over 100 people die a day of car accidents. But when things are happening like this where, NFL players, whether they are current or former, are dying with their other teammates. And this is the second time that has happened within less than a year. I can't do anything but suspect, it to be more than just a regular accident. It also reminds me of the 2021 incident that happened also in November of that year with Henry Ruggs, who was charged with a DUI and a deadly car crash. A player on the Las Vegas Raiders, who he also played for Alabama University, just like the guy that just died this morning, but they didn't play at the same time. It says a player on the Las Vegas Raiders is facing a DUI charge for a fiery car crash Tuesday that left a woman dead and another woman injured. Henry Ruggs, a wide receiver for the Raiders who had, maximum potential for the NFL, could have been a very good receiver. He allegedly drove his Corvette into the back of a Toyota RAV4 at approximately 3:39 a.m., y'all. It's like I can't ignore this stuff. All three of these deaths happened right in the witching hour, right at 3 and 2 in the morning. Now, he didn't die. He killed a 23-year-old woman. It says the front of Ruggs' Corvette was crushed and the RAV4 was engulfed in flames. 2 men tried to put out the fire with an extinguisher, but were unable to do so. And police found a deceased 23-year-old woman in the Toyota. And if I'm not mistaken, he ended up getting, charged. He was found guilty of that. Y'all, this man is here. And he killed a lady in a car. This lady burnt in the car. And just, you can't help but notice this kind of stuff. It's like, what is going on in the NFL? It makes you think about like how all of this stuff happened in cars with NFL players. It kind of relates back to football, because in football, you crash into each other. You hit each other. It's the force of it to your head and to your body. It's like a crash. And it's almost like art imitating life in a sense, kind of like how we get it in the film industry. A lot of these players die or get sacrificed in car crashes, representing what they actually did in football, in the entertainment world. Ain't that something, y'all? Ain't that a little weird? Think about it like that. They die crashing into another car just like they crashed into each other on the field. Man, I feel like, I don't know, man. Signing that NFL contract, that's also another form of signing your soul away. It don't seem so evil like the music and film industry and all that, because it's not, you don't directly relate it to the devil or Satan, Although these players, they grow to be rich. Especially these NBA players, these guys are seeing $200, $300 million contracts. Yo, y'all know what they doing for that stuff, right? They ain't just playing basketball. Y'all saw the all-white party that they just had again with a billionaire dude. What's his name? Michael Rubin. Bro, they got rookie NFL quarterbacks. They got guys who are just being drafted into the league at the parties. Drewski at the party, he a comedian, but these athletes, they go to these parties. So they ain't just playing football and basketball. They doing a lot more. And this stuff got to be talked about, man. It's got to be talked about at all levels, man. But look, like I said, I wasn't going to make this video too long, y'all. Y'all, please get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Let me know am I tripping? I can't be tripping. But yeah, man. Hey, man, I hope y'all having a good weekend. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see on the channel still, man. I'm always looking for requests. And with that being said, y'all, it's Black Balloon, and I'm going to see y'all soon. I'm out.